28 minutes on to 7 o'clock. This is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, PD Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's Good Morning Grenada for today, Thursday, the 2nd day of October 2025. Good morning to the world. Take a touch of spice. Yeah. Of course, I'm your host, Gordon Joseph. So happy to be with you this morning as always. I really do look forward to spending time with you. I don't know if the feeling is mutual, but I really look forward to that. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Yolan Swan is up with us first thing this morning. Hope you had a great night, Yolan. I had a great night. Yeah, slept well. Nice, nice. It is a good day to have a good day in a good way. Sylvina Charles, good morning to you. Hey, Valerie Farry, good morning. How you doing? You all right? Nice. You and everybody good? Nice. Skara, good morning to you. Folks in Agai. Yulin Alexander, good morning. Good morning. I hope you all had a good night and you're up and ready to face today's challenges, because believe you me, it's going to be challenging. That's what life is about. Life is a challenge, you know. Heavenly Father, thank you for the gift of this new day. As I step into this Thursday, I ask for your guidance and peace to fill my heart. Renew my strength where I feel weary and fill me with courage to face every challenge with faith. May your love shine through me today, and may I be a source of encouragement to others. In Jesus' name, amen. Lauren Salem, good morning to you, my dear. How are you doing? How is Hermitage doing today? The folks inside of Kalalu, Pegling, and everybody, good morning, good morning. And he sends this other one, Thankful Thursday. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. And that's coming from Philippians 4, verse 6 and 7. May this Thursday be filled with love, laughter, gratitude, and joy. Yeah. Can you say this affirmatively? Things are already better. As Heather would say, better. It's better. It is indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way, yeah? 25 minutes on to 7. Good morning, Aggies and Chief, Cruz and Judge, Brew. Good morning, Gabe. What's up? All you good? Yeah. Dada, good morning to you and the family. Mr. Michael Oos Pierre. Not Oos, not Soup. Yeah, Soup. I say Oos. Oos, good morning too. Yeah, all you good up there? Nice. Belial, good morning. Central. Good morning to Orlando and the family, the entire family, mom, dad, everybody. Yeah, hope all you're doing fine. Barbara and the folks in Sugar Hole, good morning. Rukin, good morning. Munich, good morning to you. Mama Can and surrounding areas. Teacher Rufin and Hope, good morning. Teacher Yvette and Stumpy and Miss Ann and everybody, good morning. Mildred Smith, good morning. Jillian McIntyre is with us. Mary E. Banks. Well, somebody is celebrating a birthday today, yeah? All right, Udin Isaac, today is your birthday. Well, you've got greetings coming from your mom, Jean, your sister, Donna, and your brother, Randy. Also from your three children, Jason, Javon, and Shanice, and your grandchildren. Happy birthday, dear Udin. Happy birthday, dear Udin. Yeah, enjoy it to the fullest. Cook a pot of oil long and thing, and you know, tell me what time to pass, all right? And save the birthday cake for me also. Randy. Randy and I are the only two persons who know what that intro means. Hey, Randy, have you been? Donna, morning. Caraco and P.D. Martinet, good morning. Reverend Samuel Caesar on East Flatbush, New York, good morning. Hope you're doing fine. Or don't forget, Pastor Ruth Roberts is on her way. Maybe I should just come up and do that interview with her, yeah. Do that launch, a New York launch. Nice. Gigi Giles and Denzo, good morning. How are you doing? All you good? Folks, don't forget, all right, McQueen's Sweet Surprise Punch Cream. Well, they're launching this season, okay? And as you know, they're part of the GBN family for Christmas and everything. There's some giveaways and so forth. But they're having a tasting on Saturday and Sunday. That's this Saturday and Sunday at Creative Do It Best in the Spiceland Mall. It starts at 11 on both days. They've got new flavors, right? They've got the nutmeg and also sorrel. Christmas is synonymous with sorrel. So go on out from 11 o'clock in the morning and enjoy. Taste which one is best suited for you and place your orders, okay? Nice. Mr. and Mrs. McQueen, good morning. Toya, Auntie Toya, NJ, Tariq, Zilon, good morning. Destined to win, overcomer, good morning. All right, the word of the day today, that word today is candid. Candid, C-A-N-D-I-D, candid. And candid means open and honest. Can you say that you're candid? I try my best to be as candid as I can. You know, yeah. But you know what it is, candid, open and honest. C-A-N-D-I-D. Yulin, behave. Holy Spirit, take my soul. Here's how we can use the word in a sentence. She appreciated his candid advice about a career. He was honest and he was open. He was saying to her, listen, you have a better career. The subjects that you're interested in, this is a better career path for you. We need some guidance counselors in school, assisting the children in choosing their subjects. They don't need 13 and 15 O-levels, you know what I'm saying? What is your career path? What do you want to be? Do you want to be a pilot? Well, hey, you got to do physics, you got to do math, you got to do chemistry. Well, chemistry, yeah, too, and maybe not. But these are the subjects, geography and so forth that, so yeah, be candid with the children. Just like your prophets even in your relationships, be candid. If you're not feeling it anymore, say, hey, listen, I'm not feeling this anymore. What can we do about it? We've got to work on this, you know what I'm saying? 20 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Things are always better because I have Jesus on my side. So says Sylvina. All right. Johnny and the boys in Wester Hall, good morning. Angus and everybody. Ricey and everybody, good morning. The shepherd of the flock, Pastor Laurie Dominic, good morning to you, the First Lady and the children. Good morning, extension the congregation. John T's mom and your grandson, good morning. He's always stuck to the TV. Good morning. My friends in Los Angeles, good morning. Or Atlanta. Yeah, how are you doing? See you soon, right? Nice. The motivational tip of the day is up next. Petlin, good morning to you. The south of the island, Point Celine, Lansapin, Caliste and surrounding areas, Frequente. This morning, I want you to trust the process. Understand that success takes time. Trust the journey and know that every effort counts. Set realistic goals and trust the process while going through. You don't wake up today and just be successful. You know, it's a process. You've got to set the goal and then work assiduously towards it. Lakalom, good morning. Sister Maxine, you and the family, good morning. How's the son doing? Big boy, yeah? Nice. Let the heavens and the praises. What's buzzing this morning? All right, this morning, well, His Majesty's Prison welcomes first recruits in 8 years. I hope you all are well trained and you all are empathetic and compassionate and, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't go up there bullying people, all right? Nice. Grenada delegation at Cannabis Festival. In the region, Jamaica hosts a regional tourism task force. Internationally, U.S. federal workers face layoffs amid a shutdown. And in sports, FIFA schedules World Cup matches after midnight. West Indies, boy, in the first test against India, they ain't start off too good, you know. 90 for 5, that was the last go I heard. Imagine they were 2 for 6. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Taj Narin Shandapal returned. Didn't make much of a difference on the scorecard. He didn't bother the scorecard much. 0. Duck. Nonetheless, let's give them a moral support, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Errol Amigo Robertson and the folks up in Richmond and surrounding areas. Natalia Ross, good morning to you. Folks, don't you go anywhere. The AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather comes up right after these messages.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Brignon Miners, distributors for Johnny Walker, Smirnoff Vodka and Campari, Giddens Healthcare Pharmacies, Haddon Plus, Dollar Savers Auto Parts, Rise and Shine Supermarket, and Glenelg Spring Water, proud partners of the 19th Annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November 9th, 5 p.m., Grenada Trade Center.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. Coming up in the news, His Majesty's Prison welcomes first recruits in 8 years. Grenada delegation at Cannabis Festival. In the region, Jamaica hosts a regional tourism task force. Internationally, U.S. federal workers face layoffs amid a shutdown. And in sports, FIFA schedules World Cup matches after midnight. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Raise it high up the ladder. Let we set it on fire.
Godfrey, wow, watch the return of we culture. What? But that go play on him out on me, no? The man said me that razor blade, you know? Nah. That hurt me, boy. You see that? That go meet it up. That must meet it up. In fact, self, let me do see that. Because you see that course take that, next thing here start to grow and it turn longer than receive. Then first thing them viewers, they go run me down. But you see you that, anytime you see you try that again, I put in course on you. Trust me.
Caller, I hear what you're saying and I understand what you're talking about because I warn Doc and I tell Doc that kind of thing enemy saying is wrong. So if you decide to put curse on Doc, the only thing I could tell you is don't put the bad curse on him. Give him a curse that he could bounce back. And don't spit when you throw in the curse. Because if you spit when you throw the curse, you know Doc finished. So that's all I have to say. So folks, if all you want to hear how I could put the curse on Doc, then join us this Friday on We Culture and we go tell you. See you then.
A good Thursday morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. Grenada's prison system has welcomed its first intake of recruits in 8 years. 55 men and women have begun a 12-week training program aimed at modernizing correctional services and boosting staff capacity at Richmond Hill. The new curriculum includes NVQ Level 3 certification in custodial services, a first for the institution. We have more in this.
With this large recruitment of soon-to-be officers, you'll be joining an organization that plays a critical role in this society. Your role is not to old-time one of a turnkey, but you will be tasked with the responsibility to secure, keep safe, and rehabilitate inmates. As an officer, by your conduct, deportment, and professionalism, you will be expected to help to change the lives of men and women who have broken the law. Your role is not to punish them. That is the responsibility of the court. But to work with them, to help them to become law-abiding citizens.
Officials say the launch marks a turning point for the prison service, which has long struggled with staff shortages. Recruits are being urged to uphold discipline, fairness, and rehabilitation as central to their careers. An 8-member delegation from Grenada is currently in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, taking part in the 2025 Cannabis Festival, which runs from October 2nd to 5th. The event is seen as a major step in government's ongoing efforts to establish a comprehensive regulatory framework for the production, sale, and medicinal use of cannabis in Grenada. The Grenadian delegation is made up of technical experts from the Cannabis Legalization and Regularization Secretariat, including CEO Nandi Noel and Communications Officer Julian Antwine, along with members of the Cannabis Commission and Chief Agronomist Alison Haynes. They will engage with regional and international stakeholders during the 4-day festival. Grenada has already started national discussions on the decriminalization of cannabis for recreational and religious purposes. However, the government has been clear that restrictions will remain, including a ban on cannabis use by anyone under the age of 21. The delegation will be joined on Friday by Minister for Agriculture, Lands and the Environment, Lennox Andrews, who is expected to represent government at the festival. More than 500 Grenadians have already expressed interest in purchasing government-issued retail bonds just 1 week after the announcement of the EC $5 million bond program. The disclosure came from Julieta Edinburgh, a fiscal debt specialist at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, during the launch of Financial Information Month. She noted that the early response is significant, given that in the past 23 years, only about 600 people across all 8 ECCB member states have invested in the bond market. The bonds will be auctioned on October 31st, and according to Finance Minister Dennis Cornwall, the initiative is specifically designed for everyday Grenadians, not institutions. Interested persons must pre-register online with the Ministry of Finance. Brokers will then engage potential investors to ensure all requirements are met before the auction date. The retail bond program sets a minimum investment of $500 compared to the traditional $5,000 threshold, making it more accessible to first-time and small-scale investors. And finally, on the local scene, the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association is marking Breast Cancer Awareness Month with a health initiative targeting women 40 and older. Through its Tourism Enhancement Fund, the association is partnering with the Spice Isle Imaging Center to provide free mammograms during October. Officials say breast cancer remains one of the most common cancers among women in Grenada, but outcomes improve with early detection. Mammograms are considered the most effective screening tool. The GHTA notes the program is part of wider efforts to support community outside of tourism. And that concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments are straight ahead, followed by the sports and the weather. In the region, Jamaica will host the first meeting of the Regional Tourism Task Force later this year. The task force, created by the Council of Ministers and Commissioners of Tourism, aims to strengthen tourism's link with sectors like agriculture, transportation, education, manufacturing, and the creative economy. The initiative is part of the Reimagined Caribbean Tourism Plan, which calls for a more sustainable and inclusive approach, focusing not just on visitor numbers, but on economic impact, community benefit, and long-term value. The conference, themed Reimagining Caribbean Tourism, Research, Relevance, and the Road Ahead, is being attended by 400 delegates and runs from September 30th to October 3rd. Last year, the Caribbean welcomed over 34 million stay-over visitors, with cruise arrivals growing 7% this year. Still in Jamaica, Jamaica's economy remained broadly stable in 2024-25 and early 25-26. The Independent Fiscal Commission, the IFC, reports, but warned of underspending on capital projects, with $20.1 billion spent out of the $40.5 billion budget in the first quarter. Inflation stood at 3.8% in June, unemployment at a record low of 3.3%, and GDP grew 1.4%. The adoption of updated national accounts boosted nominal GDP and lowered the debt to GDP ratio to 62.4%. The IFC is also highlighting a $14.2 billion tax shortfall, which may require additional revenue efforts, and said a full assessment will follow the interim fiscal policy paper in October. Looking further afield, mass layoffs of U.S. federal workers will begin within 2 days, the White House says, as lawmakers trade blame over the first government shutdown in almost 7 years. The shutdown began on Wednesday after Republicans and Democrats in Congress failed to agree a new spending plan before the midnight deadline. There is little sign that either side is willing to compromise, and a vote to end the shutdown failed just 2 hours after it began. The Senate has adjourned, raising fears that the shutdown could drag on and threaten hundreds of thousands of jobs, as well as risk costing the U.S. economy billions in lost output. And finally, China has launched a new K visa targeting foreign professionals in science and technology. The program, which took effect this week, gained attention after an Indian media outlet dubbed it China's H-1B, a reference to the U.S. visa for skilled workers. The report sparked a widespread debate on Chinese social media, with tens of thousands expressing concern that foreign talent could increase competition in an already tight job market. Many users questioned the need for the program, citing a surplus of domestic graduates. It remains unclear whether the visa will allow foreigners to work in China or simply make entry easier. That's your international and regional news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights followed by the weather. They're straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. FIFA is expected to schedule World Cup matches involving major European nations after midnight UK time next year to avoid the extreme heat that affected the recent Club World Cup. During that tournament, matches in Los Angeles reached nearly 40 degrees Celsius, leaving players dizzy and struggling, including Chelsea's Enzo Hernandez. Paris Saint-Germain manager Luis Enrique also raised concerns about early kickoffs in such conditions. FIFA and CONCACAF President Victor Montagliani said discussions are ongoing with broadcasters to balance player safety with TV schedules. With 48 teams and multiple daily games, some kickoffs may still fall outside ideal times, but organizers aim to minimize heat-related issues. Montagliani emphasized that only FIFA can adjust venues or schedules, dismissing recent comments by U.S. politicians about moving matches. Zimbabwe will host Afghanistan for one test from October 20th to 24th and 3 T20 internationals on October 29th, 31st and November 2nd, and that will be happening at the Harare Sports Club. The second test and ODIs have been postponed to 2026. Zimbabwe are focusing on T20s ahead of the 2026 T20 World Cup, currently in the Africa Regional Qualifier. A win over Kenya on Thursday would secure this spot. After a tough start to the year, Zimbabwe have now won 6 of their last 9 T20 internationals. I do hope that they don't have to play the West Indies because they might just surprise us again. And as I said, West Indies are currently struggling in the first test match against India. My last recognition of the game saw West Indies 90 for 5. And that brings us to the end of the sporting highlights for this morning. Stay with us. We'll have more sports during our luncheon edition and at our primetime newscast. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Jonathan Price at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Thursday, the 2nd of October, 2025, as recorded at the Mount Bishop International Airport. It is currently fair. The winds are calm. Barometric pressure is 1013.1 millibars, which is below normal and rising. Present temperature is 28.5 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 77%. Yesterday's maximum was 31.7 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 26 degrees Celsius. No rainfall was recorded over the past 24 hours, which is also, hence the total for the month remains at 0 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with light to moderate isolated showers. Today's max will be 32 degrees Celsius with winds northeasterly to southeasterly at 6 to 16 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas will be slight to moderate with waves 2 to 4 feet in open waters. High tide will be at 12:30 p.m. and low tide at 6 p.m. Sunset will be at 5:56 and sunrise also at 5:56. Just to repeat the public forecast valid for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with light to moderate isolated showers. From the forecast at the Mount Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
Jonathan, just before you run off, in recent days we haven't heard anything of any activity, anything besides Imelda that was possibly merging with Umberto. Is there anything happening on the horizons?
Currently, we are looking at a tropical wave that's looking to come off of Africa. I think it's currently located at 29 west, and there's another one closer to us at 55 west. So that's about 1 day away. But currently, there's only just a few showers noted around that wave. So it's not a major concern yet, but we'll continuously monitoring it. From
Grenada and the region's perspective, we've had a relatively quiet hurricane season thus far, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a bit below average based on what the forecast has been. That is true.
Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Have a great day as always.
You too.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Quartz presents the Home Events 2025, happening now at Quartz stores nationwide. It's the perfect time to refresh your home. Come explore new arrivals, bestsellers, and deals you can't resist. Discover the widest range of stylish furniture, cutting-edge TVs, audio systems, and appliances that are smart and energy efficient, all backed by the Quartz low price guarantee. Our experts will help you choose what you need for your home. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and get more. Don't miss the Quartz Home Event 2025. Quartz, bringing value home.
6 minutes after 7 o'clock, and that's how resourceful we are here at the GBN. I've gotten an updated result of the match. West Indies were all bowled out for 162, and at the time of my colleague filing this, India was batting 90 for 2. So you heard it. West Indies in the first test against India scored 162 all out. All right, to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Thank you, my colleague. All right, Jamaica on the local scene. Her Majesty's Prison welcomes first recruits in 8 years. Grenada delegation at Cannabis Festival. In the region, Jamaica hosts a regional tourism task force. Internationally, U.S. federal workers face layoffs amid shutdown. And in sports, FIFA schedules World Cup matches after midnight. That means they're going to start after midnight, and that step is being taken to accommodate the extensive heat that we've been having. So the later in the night, the cooler it is expected to be. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Thursday, the 2nd day of October, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere, and reminding you that the traffic report comes up momentarily.
Come on out, Grenada. Let's move to live. Sunday, October 26, 2025. Fitness walk beginning with warm-up at 2 p.m. at Progress Park St. Andrew. Organize your churches, clubs, family, and community. Great prizes to be won. Call 442-7450 to order your t-shirts now. Features and attractions galore to keep you moving. Hosted by the Health and Youth Departments of the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists.
At Oasis Pet and Garden, we bring you the best products at the best prices nationwide. Wholesale prices available on selected items. Come take advantage of our amazing in-store discounts. At Oasis Pet and Garden, there is something for everyone. To order and for more information, contact Oasis Pet and Garden today. Or contact us on Facebook or Instagram. Oasis Pet and Garden, a home for farmers.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever your road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your road leads,
Visa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Welcome to Caracou, small in size, rich in spirit. As you step off the boat, you're greeted by smiling faces and warm island vibes. Your adventure begins here. Need a cozy place to stay? The Mermaid Beach Hotel has been a favorite for years. Waterfront views, clean comfort, and located in the town. In Bogles, the Roundhouse Cottages offers rustic charm with a touch of elegance. A peaceful hideaway surrounded by nature. Prefer something private? Dong Island Villas gives you space, sea breeze, and a home away from home feel. Wake up to the sound of waves and views that stretch for miles. We're ready to welcome you. When are you coming?
It's now 13 minutes after 7 o'clock, and I'm happy to join Corporal Troy Paul at this time for this morning's traffic report. Good morning, Corporal Paul.
Good morning to you and also to your listeners, especially our drivers this morning. It is always a pleasure to bring the traffic updates so that drivers can know what is happening, especially in the area of their travel. Or whether they have an intent to travel in a particular place this morning, that they can know what to do and the diversions they can take. As stands, there's a moderate flow of traffic in most of the areas at the moment. It is not that heavy at the moment, so persons can safely travel through most of the areas in the state of Grenada at the moment. We do not have any obstruction or accidents in any one of the areas at the moment, so drivers can travel free in all of the areas, especially in our towns, especially all is adjoining road at the moment. Therefore, persons can have a free and smooth flow of traffic as they go about their journey this morning. However, we know that our roads do not remain that way for long. As we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, we know some of the areas that will be challenging for us as we get to our destination. And those areas such as the St. Paul's Public Road, where we already start seeing some movement. The Calivini Public Road already have movements along that portion of road, which leads on to the Toby Road and on to the Grenada Public Road. We're seeing some movement from the western side. It's not that heavy, moderate at the time, so drivers can flow freely along the western corridor, heading to the St. George's southern part of the island. In addition to that, we have the accident state, which we have a total of 10 minor accidents reporting for the past 24 hours. And we continue to see that trend where the accident state remains in the 10, 11, 12 figures around there. So it is something that we as we say, that would be the new norm, but we do not want the accident state to be in that way. We want it to be under 5, but however, we must appeal to drivers, and we continue to appeal to drivers every morning, every day, and every opportunity that we get. Let us drive cautiously along the nation's road. We must admit that back 5 years ago, we have more vehicles along our roads now, so drivers, you are expected to drive cautiously more than ever 5 years back to now. So therefore, in addition to that as well, you now would have to leave home a little bit early on a morning time to make sure that you get to your destination safely and on time. So we're seeing that trend from 5 years ago will no longer apply in our modern day trend as we complete or continue along our lives. Persons must be mindful of what is going on around them. So please, drivers, if we we know that we have to leave home half an hour earlier to get to our destination, let us do so. We cannot be expecting to use old tools to unlock new doors. So therefore, let us use the modern day approach as we get knowing the statistics that we have on our hand in terms of reported accidents, in terms of the amount of vehicles that are on our road, and in terms of our road networks at the moment. Also, we're seeing a lot of our roads are being dug up to facilitate the Downwater Safe project in most of our areas, especially along the southern part of the island, the Grenada area, the Calvini Public Road, and other roads. You may see work going on, and therefore you must drive cautiously along those roads. It might be a little bit dusty, so you want to, for persons who have asthma and so forth, you must take the necessary precaution. And also for traffic diversion purposes, you must be aware, listen to our traditional radio stations and television stations for updates as to where and when those road closures will be taking place, so that you can know what diversion to take and you know what route that you can use to make your journey a lot safer and even better. But however, persons, if you have not left home yet and you're heading to the St. George's direction, whether it's the Calvini Public Road or whether you're heading over the Grande Tang, you have to leave home, otherwise you will definitely be late this morning. And we know what happens in terms of employment as it is late. So please, let us avoid those rush and let us avoid those bumper-to-bumper traffic, and we arrive to our destination safely and on time. And the question we continue to ask every morning, and I will ask it again to the drivers, especially the new listeners, if you are texting,
who is driving?
Who is driving?
Don't text and drive.
Not at all.
Thank you, Corporal Paul, for that comprehensive traffic report as always. I must tell you, though, that our viewing audience, especially, they are keen on seeing the drone footage. I know we're working on that.
Yes, we are. But it's the availability of the officers that I said. It is something that we're trying to bring out in full implementation. However, it is still in a trial phase, so we urge our listening and viewing public to be a little bit patient as we try to rectify things to make it a lot better so that we can facilitate them to get to their destination safely and on time.
Thank you very much, Copy.
You're welcome.
Have a good one. Folks, that has been the traffic report for this morning. It's 19 minutes after 7 o'clock.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sun Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Ma, you going in town again?
Yes, girl. I'm going to send money for Uncle Monty.
Ma, you know you don't have to go all the way in town to do that.
So how else you go get it? You go and bring it?
We could just send it for them.
Send it? Send it how?
Wire transfer.
Wire what?
Wire transfer. Come, let me show you how.
Yup, that's right. With Co-op Bank's wire transfer feature, sending money abroad is a breeze. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home. Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Quartz presents the Home Events 2025, happening now at Quartz stores nationwide. It's the perfect time to refresh your home. Come explore new arrivals, best sellers, and deals you can't resist. Discover the widest range of stylish furniture, cutting-edge TVs, audio systems, and appliances that are smart and energy efficient, all backed by the Quartz low price guarantee. Our experts will help you choose what you need for your home. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and get more. Don't miss the Quartz Home Event 2025. Quartz, bringing value home.
All right, folks, it's now 23 minutes after 7 o'clock, and this is where we start a conversation this morning. I do not have any in-house guest, so this morning I am going to spark that conversation. We've just started 2 months of celebration, 2 separate months. The month of October has been designated as Child Month, and it's also the month for financial education, as declared by the ECCB, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. Now, this morning, what I'd like us to talk about, and I really want to get you deeply involved, as parents, guardians, seniors, are you satisfied that we're doing enough to protect our children and give them the right start in life? By that I mean in terms of their personal development. I am trying to tie financial education or literacy together with Child Month. Okay, so as parents, we see a lot happening nowadays. School children fighting and so forth is nothing strange. Children gambling is nothing strange. It's just that children have become more open in essence, meaning they don't seem to have any care or concern as to who sees and stuff like that. They've become more open to that. Do you think we as parents have a role to play in that? Is it because of how we do things and what we do and what we do not do? What can we do as parents to ensure that our children get the financial literacy, learning to save and learning to, all these things early? So we want to talk about the role of parents in the early development of our children. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Mr. Joseph. How are you doing, sir?
See, sir, how you do?
I just wanted to add, it's also cybersecurity incident, cybersecurity awareness month.
Wow.
That's been running since 2004.
Okay.
So it's actually 21 years since, that month, October, has been set aside to focus on cybersecurity awareness.
Well, as a matter of fact, I will be having that conversation this morning with the RGPF.
Okay,
and
all
to
right.
the point, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you talk financial literacy, with the reach of cyber criminals right now, I mean, we saw what happened for 27 days in 2024, where people could not access their funds, and even in other institutions where things go unreported. We see the importance of cyber in terms of protecting your financial assets. When it comes to our children, it's the same sort of thing. From them innocently clicking on links, wanting to get cheats or cracks or hacks to get to the next level in their game, only to find out it is some drive-by malware. Getting on their device, hoping they would bring it home, their parents would connect on the same Wi-Fi, and the bad actors would be able to move from the children's device onto the parent's device and thereby gain access to the online banking and all the other information that is there. So I think it's all wrapped up together once it's well coordinated. You also look at the fact that I believe October is also the month of the elderly. They too need to be protected. Grandparent scams, and so those do not target teenagers. They target the older ones. A lot of the catfishing and romance scams, they tend to go after the middle-aged and upper-aged people. So I just thought I would share that.
Well, that is critically important. I mean, you open up your Facebook account nowadays, and this is the first time I see ladies advertising themselves for relationships like that.
Well, and it's not just that. If we go back to 2021, 2022, we had many cases of romance scams and sextortion in Grenada, where people looking for love, they did find love with a bit of poison, in that the people reaching out had malicious intent. So it's a reality that people do find love. They are able to engage in lifelong relationships, and so via social media, and then it gets into the physical space. But there are also bad actors out there. So when you put that sort of information out there, it's important for you to do a bit of fact checking. Again, this is where our children and protecting them comes into the picture, because you want them to be able to do that and navigate the digital space in a responsible manner. Yeah, so unlike some of the ministries, because I heard the Ministry of Finance, their PR person put out something about, what the finance is going to be doing. Those who do not have PR, then naturally you suffer a little bit. But I just want you to know it's, cybersecurity awareness month as well. Have a good one. Yeah, be safe.
Thank you. And you drive safe, okay?
Yeah, man.
All right, blessing. All right, folks, it's 29 minutes after 7 o'clock. So you see, a number of things are converging together. And I just think that sometimes we as people, we take things for granted too much, and we leave too much to be done by social media. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Gordon. How are you?
I am alive and thankful. How are you?
I'm pretty all right, man.
Talk to me.
Listen. Very, very, very interesting and pertinent area of discussion this morning. Here we are talking about the socio-economic life and development of a people, a nation. And in so doing, who are the ones in the forefront of any meaningful socio-economic development? The adults, parents, guardians, leaders, policymakers. Mr. Gordon?
Yes?
Some years ago, in the post-Ivan period, I heard a remark from people in the international community that there are dark clouds hanging over your country, which I was referring to me. I was in the company. And it is sad that today, as a people who have accessibility to the international stage, we are facing these social problems as a tiny nation. It is sad, it is sickening. You would never get a culprit to understand and accept that they are wrong, or they should accept responsibility for the failure in the action departing from what is considered positive movement, positive steps, positive thinking, or the amazing result of positive thinking. It is difficult to get others. But you know something? There is always room for improvement. There is always room for meaningful growth. And there is always room for meaningful discussion. We must face life daily with an open mind and understand our corporate responsibility and our individual responsibility. Before I leave the line, Mr. Gordon, I've been listening to you for quite a while, and your colleagues and associates and people in the country as a whole, and even on the international level. Let me tell you this. Never, never, never allow your ego to override your essence, your loss, your fundamentals for positive daily living. Have a great day, sir. God bless you.
As always, thank you, bro. Thank you very much. 27 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is the time. The conversation. What can we do as adults to protect, safeguard, nurture our children better? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, this is good morning to the nation. In a sense, there's a saying that goes, train your child in the way that when they grow up, it would not depart from them. So what we teach our children is what they are going to know and is what they are going to implement. Now, I say that to say, we talk about savings. Let's talk about savings. When I was small, my grandmother used to do a little susu with me and my cousins and them. We put in 25 cents every day, you know? And at the end, we get a lump sum of money. It was a lot of the time, right? So if we train our children to save today, then tomorrow they're in a better standing position. And another thing about this bullying thing, we have to get out of this environment.
How do we do that? What suggestions do you give?
To our children, we need to speak to people, let them know that this is not right, and that could cause them. They can make jail, because if you bully me and you hit me and I fall and I dead, you go to jail. So we have to explain these things to our children from small, right? And let them know that if your parents can't give them something, don't go and take it from somebody else. Try and have some patience. Eventually you might get it. But these children nowadays, they want everything now, like a microwave. They want it right now. So I think that is how we could close the problem.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I also think that children learn what they live. As adults, if we display the right actions, acceptable actions, not being too confrontational. Yeah, of course, we will have differences in opinions and so forth, but because our opinions differ, doesn't necessarily have to lead to a physical altercation or the loud shouting and the sort of bacchanal. Because if the children are being brought up in that environment, they would start thinking that this is the norm. So anytime I have a disagreement with someone, I should fight, I should curse, children really do mirror what the adults do. I wish that, I understood this earlier, But nonetheless, let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Innocent, I have already said children live what they learn on this program, and somebody want to kill me. So I agree with that. Anyway, I will go back to that, but I just want to announce at Saturday, the October the 11th, the one and only, the most honorable and most beloved Andy Williams, the most popular politician in Grenada today, he announces the Southern Basketball League 4-2-3 championship on the Ghanaians basketball court. Contribution $1, and you have prizes. First prize 5,000, second prize 2,005, third prize $1,500, and fourth prize $500. That is the kind of person Andy is. That is why he's the most beloved and popular, because he connects with the people and he always about the people. So I want people to bear in mind Saturday, October the 11th, Southern Basketball Champion League. Come on the court, and these young people, you all need to, the devil find work for idle hands. So come on basketball court on the 11th of October, the night of that time. Yeah, going back to the original thing, I had said so. Children live what they learn. The slaves, that is why I've said that I am against corporal punishment, and this thing should be abolished. And I think I heard somebody say that the government said that they're looking into that. I don't want to give wrong information, because if the slaves, this thing go back from slavery, innocent. The slaves used to beat the slave master used to beat our parents. And it's the same thing that brought down here. Anything a child do, you have to pinch the neck, beat them. You don't have to beat a child. I've always said that there could be alternative forms of correction. And this notion about spare the rod and spoil the child and the licks make me to be a better person. These people just saying these things, but there are no scientific evidence or data to suggest that because you get licks, you're a good person, vice versa. Because I didn't used to get my parents never really beat me. And I turned out to be, I would say I'm a good person. And what if you teach somebody that you have to, everything, you have to have violence to solve it? They take a pen from you, you have to beat them up. Everything is violence. So this is why I'm saying to you, and when you touch somebody, when you hit somebody, you're inflicting violence on the children, and people don't understand that. So I am against that, and I wish that the government, if as I'm hearing, will abolish this corporal punishment, and they have to look at alternative ways, people. You know, first thing you jump and say, I have no children, and talking all this kind of nonsense. I could make an opinion, I don't have to have children for that. There have to be alternative punishments. Because that is why the world is violent today. Violence begets violence. Stop it and institute alternative punishment to our children. Let them come to us, talk to us, and let them feel comfortable. From day one, you have to build a good relationship with your children. So they'll always come to you and they'll have that kind of relationship. You don't have to beat them every time. Teachers beating everybody. Stop the violence.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you very much. 21 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is our time. It's Good Morning Grenada for today, Thursday. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. We're looking at bullies. Sometimes we look at bullies only by beating people, is bullying people. Bullying people doesn't come by beating people or hitting people. Bullies come from all different angles. I could bully you without even rushing you. I could bully you without even doing anything with you. I could talk about you and bully you by talking about you. Social media bullying people every day. I have people seeing people bullying people every day on social media. So it's a situation that the society have to look at that carefully. But the other point I want to make on the bullying in school, I think if it could be stopped. You set aside an institution for the bullies alone. All the school know who the bullies are, who the bullying is. So you set aside a class for bullies alone, an institution for bullies alone, and you put all the bullies in that very said institution. And you have a teacher trained for these bullies, and you begin to question them. Find out what is it if you would like somebody to bully you, beat you up. and hear what the answers. And then these are things you have to do in order to know, because there's a reason why people bullying people. There must be a reason why bullying people. So in the school setting, you set aside a school, what you call an institution, like what you have for delinquent children. You set aside that. And you put the bullies alone there with a teacher. They're doing the academic, but you're having sessions for them.
Because I'm glad you said it that way, because if you do an in-depth research, you would realize that the bullies, the people who are doing the bullying, it's because of some problem that they're having. Maybe at home they're bullied at home, or they see mommy bullying daddy, or vice versa, and all sort of things. Because remember, they are children. They must learn it from somewhere.
But that is quite true. But sometimes too, not only learn from somewhere, but sometimes the environment in which they grow in. There are a lot of bullies it doesn't have to come from the home,
Right.
It comes from the environment where they grow.
The community.
And the environment, exactly. But we could curb it. There's nothing that what man has done, man can do. It could be curbed, but we have to put the necessary things in place to curb that. It could be curbed, especially school. It could be curbed in school. As I said, get an institution and put all the bullies there, and have a special teacher for them, and you decide to question them. But they're doing the academics. They're doing what they're supposed to do, but they have to answer these questions. Some to them within themselves and question themselves within the bullies, that they talk within themselves and have to question, let give you correct answers and see if you wouldn't, and then they go back out in society. The different school they come from one by one. When you understand what it means, they know so you can approach the right way to handle that bullying situation. It could be done. It could be stopped. I used to be bullied in school, but I stopped it my own way. And I wouldn't say how I stopped it, but I stopped it my own way. But it could be done. It could be done.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, caller. Folks, it's now 18 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Raise it high up the ladder. Let we set it on fire.
Godfrey, wow, watch the return of we culture. What? But that go play on him out on me, no? Man say me that razor blade, No. That hurt me, boy. You see that? Dark go meet it up. Dark must meet it up. In fact, let me do see that. Because you see that course take that, next thing years start to grow and it turn longer than reach you. Then first thing them viewers, they go run me down, but you see you that. Anytime you see you try that again, I put in course on you. Trust me.
Caller, I hear what you're saying and I understand what you're talking about, because I want that and I tell that kind of thing enemy saying is wrong. So if you decide to put curse on that, the only thing I could tell you is don't put the bad curse on it. Give him a curse that he could bounce back. And don't spit when you throw in the curse. Because if you spit when you throw the curse, you know that thing. So that is all I have to say. So folks, if all you want to hear how Scholar could put the curse on down, then join us this Friday on We Culture and we go tell you. See you then.
A common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Brignon Miners, distributors for Johnny Walker, Smirnoff Vodka and Campari, Giddens Healthcare Pharmacies, Haddon Plus, Dollar Savers Auto Parts, Rise and Shine Supermarket, and Glenelg Spring Water, proud partners of the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November 9th, 5 p.m., Grenada Trade Center.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's now 13 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and just taking on a comment here from our WhatsApp platform. And it says, not only in the home, but how other significant adults in society conduct themselves in the public domain influence children's behavior. What we do, what we say, how we do it, how we say it, all contribute to children's behavior. We have to look at ourselves in the mirror first. So correct. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Listeners and viewers. There is this common saying. Grow up the child in that particular way so when you get older, you wouldn't depart from it. And I don't know how we contextualize that statement, that but a lot of, when I think about it, there's a lot of people, you hear it, they confess it. People deliberately move away from the truth, from what they have been told not to do, the right, and then after they experiment. This is the human being. We all deviate from what was taught to us at some point in time, and then we realize the consequence of it. So I am wondering if we are not analyzing that statement in the correct way. But I want to get to that point of bullying innocent. I don't see a lot of statements on Facebook which are incorrect, very much incorrect. I don't know where the people just get the information that they put out. And others just try to correct them by saying to them that information is not correct. And that advice is construed as being bullying. So you are putting out wrong, you are preaching falsehood, and when you are corrected, you turn around and say to that person, you are bullying me. Is that actually bullying? I'm asking the question, is that actually bullying? If you are on the radio,
it has a lot to do with the radio.
If you are on the radio and you are making an incorrect statement, if I call to you and say, Innocent, that what you are saying is wrong, could that be construed as being bullying?
No, it can't. But what is?
So when does it? When does you? When do? How do you? Where does it comes in? Tell me.
The tone. Your
The tone?
Yes.
By saying to you are lying, or you telling the truth, you are preaching falsehood.
No. Listen to me.
No, I'm just asking a question.
Have you ever heard the statement? It's not what you do, but it's how you do it.
But it could not. Okay, yes, I've heard that before, and that is true. But I don't. It should not be. It should not be construed as being bullying. Because if I'm correcting you in a statement that you make, and say to you, what you are saying is wrong, that statement, maybe it may come out harsh, or you may not be expecting it from me, but it is correct. You know, I'm not saying, well, you should do this way, you should do this. There's a difference in bullying and correcting. Thank you, and have a good morning.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. I am of the opinion that it has a lot to do with how it is done. I have been, as I've always said it, I am no authority on pronunciations and so forth. And there are times I mispronounce, and my dear friend would call sometimes and correct me, and I appreciate it. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Greetings. How are you?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to make any noises this morning, but I was obligated based on the statements of the last caller, because this is what I have observed. On radio, for instance, communications, media, etc., when you identify bunkum, they can say that's a bad word too. And you talk about it when you identify lies, when you identify injustice, hypocrisy, and you comment on it, you become a bully immediately. How strange. So, you know, this is an interesting conversation, but I notice that it's bunging away. I would like to suggest, Mr. Joseph, that whenever you raise issues like this, which are interesting and we should follow them up, they're very important. But before we start the conversation, we hit the dictionary. And let us define what the dictionary says to bully as a verb and a bully as a noun, so that we can all understand and not deviate, as was suggested by the last call, to classify everything, correction, and then worse than to say, oh, it's not how you do it, not what you do, but how you do it. You know, give me a break. The truth, Mr. Joseph, is the truth. And why does the truth perforate the hearts and the intelligence of the untrustworthy so that they classify it as bullying? Because they had a quote-unquote balls to face it. That is why. Let us get a dictionary definition of the word bully before we prolong, that we continue this. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph, for what it's worth.
Thank you very much, caller. Folks, it's 6 minutes away. Lack of discipline in the homes creates unruly children. The media has its part to play in all of this. A culture of rebellion and a lack of respect for authority. So says another caller, another contributor via our Facebook platform. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you. Well, I quite agree with you, Mr. Joseph. It's not what you do, how you do what you do. Because at times when you speak to people, the kind of way you speak to them, it is a bullying situation. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Brian Michael Hutchinson, good morning. Again, folks, I want to remind you that you ought to go down to Creative Do It Best, the Spiceland Mall on Saturday and Sunday from 11, because McQueen's Sweet Surprise Punch a Cream will be tasting, all right, sampling. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning again. I just want to say, the caller that talked before the lady and the one before him, I agree with them. Sometimes it's what you say is not what this is with the way you say it. But the truth, as the gentleman said, is the truth, And don't matter how you see the truth, it is the truth, and telling the truth shouldn't be seen as bullying. I don't think so.
Okay.
And the next thing, the person who talk about beating, about corporal punishment or beating children. Now, when we were growing up, we didn't have we weren't in the computer era, and we used to do wrong things, and we used to get licks. And a lot of us are better off for it. Now we see the Americans, they don't beat their children, and they see how lawless these children are. I don't agree that beating a child for doing something wrong or disciplining a child with licks, I don't see that as killing the child emotionally or anything like that. It's not that in this case is not what you do, it's the way you should do it. You can discipline a child with licks, but you don't have to brutalize them. You understand? So this is my comment.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 4 minutes away from 8 o'clock. That is our time. Back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent. How are you, sir?
I am alive and so thankful for life.
Okay. Mr. Innocent, I don't know if you're past St. George in the capital. I know you're walking up very close. But the problem is, in the town itself, they have a lot of holes in the city, a lot of holes. Plus, that traffic light had broken on the ground more than a year now, right? Right by Farm Garden Center there. And they have that just covered. Tourist season starting, well, it started already, but the real season starting from this month, October. Tourists will be walking all over the place. Over a year, this thing had broken there, and they still have it on the ground. I don't know. Get somebody and just move it out. Take it out from there, cut out the wires and move up the pole from there and just put something just to block that area there. Just, in the pole itself. Put something just to cover the piece of pole. That's what they have to do. I know, and he's the man for, how they call it, I forget. I don't be Prime Minister was passing town. Also going on the coronage. The whole sidewalk there is so bad. And so much tourists just walk around that area, going to the monument to take pictures. The season is coming again. It's time for something happen. You just go here, come like the old people will say, and it just remain the same way. Come on, it's time for. You don't think it's time for something to happen? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Not necessarily in line with the conversation, but the points were valid anywhere. All right. So thank you very much for your contribution. It's amazing how, some folks could just turn the conversation, but nonetheless, a very valid point. And I'd like the relevant authorities to look into that. Not just because the tourist season is open, but if it's a hazard, it's a hazard. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I'm speaking about the one to say about capital punishment.
Corporal punishment.
Corporal punishment, yes. I went to school, and they used to have a big bell. They said they used to soak it in urine. And when you stretch your hand to get the slash, and they put it in, you get it and you have to pull it back. Every time you pull it back, they beat you again. And this thing, sometimes it lash quite up. And that thing used to scratch you. Now with the boys and them, they used to put them on a chair back. And they hitting them some lash with this big belt. This was something looking at when you see slavery. That was slavery. Beating people and everything. Yes, you could chastise a child. You give them 2 little lash or a little thing, but I don't see this thing beating people. Yes, some teachers or what it is. They used to fight with children, beat them bad, Right. I don't know if I think it happening now, but the same thing. You call it a child, you give them 2 little flogging and thing. I don't see nothing wrong. That thing, looking at thing where they used to beat up people like when you go into jail and they put you for punishment for talking back to the masters and they send you up the. This thing used to be there. Beating you up in school like if you're a slave.
So let me ask you this. Are you for or against corporal punishment?
Yes, I against it.
Okay.
For how it look against the one like fighting the children and beating them up like slave. When slaves don't agree with the masters. And we all know it. So it had to be changed. But chastising children, in a nice little way, I'm for it. try to sometimes try and behave bad, you give them, and sometimes again, you see children even in churches and how they get in and the parents can't tell them nothing, guys, leave them. Them try and get in and they even though in the supermarket too, they want something, they throwing down themselves, making a mockery for them, something they ball and sometimes you buy it for them and they want to eat it. So there's a lot of things that have to scrutinize and good training, and then you have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. And that ends the call-in segment to the program. But someone sent an interesting comment here on our WhatsApp platform. It says, gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. How this verse relates to giving feedback. This verse illustrates the power of speaking kindly and graciously, even when offering corrective feedback. When giving feedback, consider these implications of the proverb. A contrast to harsh words. Just as honey is sweet and wholesome, pleasant words have a restorative, life-giving quality. This contrasts with thoughtless words, which Proverbs 12:18 describes as piercing like a sword, healing instead of hurting. The honeycomb comparison emphasizes that gracious words have a healing effect on a person's inner being or their soul and their physical state or the bones. When giving a feedback, the goal is to help and heal, not wound, build up instead of tearing down. The New Testament echoes this idea in Ephesians 4:29, which instructs believers to let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up. Other verses on gentle correction and a whole. But in essence, I stand by the fact that I believe that yes, we could correct. And the truth needs no legal advice. The truth is the truth, okay? But how it is done is to me is of importance. Folks, that's it for the conversation this morning, and thank you very much for contributing and being a part. And if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll have another conversation tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.